really high praise coming from the Wrestling Observer.
How's it going, guys? Bleach here, off-road out and clean shaven. Unlike Mick Foley on the TV, I'm watching Mick Foley's biography, which is pretty cool. I didn't know he wrestled in the 80s. Hope everyone is doing. Bleach is live in this motherfucker. I don't know if you're in the wrestling or not, Gypsy. One of the things I'm trying to get back into slowly but surely. I watch it once in a while, but I'm still a fan of the old timers like Mick Foley, and I'm watching his biography right now. Hopefully more people come into this live tonight. I'm going to try and go an hour or two and see how it goes. I don't have any drinks or snacks. I just brushed my teeth, so I'm going to keep my mouth clean. Oh, Gypsy ate one earlier. It was party time. I want to ruin my teeth brushed and mouth.
We're genuinely concerned for Mick. Like, Mick, don't take this.
Kind of late at night to eat one too and me not sleep.
It's like, thanks, but no thanks. He was a good.
Still got your hair here somewhere.
Just give to the business. A lot of times, guys that are like that get run over. It was a great learning experience.
I keep it on my pad of all odd places.
And it was a perfect
no, it's not one of my sleep time bears. I sleep with this heart. Sometimes I prop up with it. This is my favorite bear. At the cart for like a couple bucks. I know. Someday I'll probably have a girlfriend with a bunch of bears on her bed too. Oh wow, they got Jim Ross on there.
Reminded me of that Manson fella. I was like, Rob, I do not.
Oh, she's over there on the shelf.
Associated with Charles Manson.
I don't want to get her. She's resting right now. She's on the shelf. I got her standing up. I'm worried I won't be able to get it to stand up anymore or fall. There's plenty of boobs on the internet, Gypsy. Enough to feed a whole army of babies. Yeah, you're lucky to get to go to Texas. They really did some dangerous stuff in the 80s and 90s of wrestling, like take chair shots and stuff.
I was going to college at North Texas State University, and I would go down to the sportatorium, and I was thinking, man, this guy's out of his mind. He was fun to watch. I mean, here was a guy that would take every kind of crazy bump imaginable. I thought I was a big bump guy at the time, and then when I saw Cactus Jack, I'm wow.
Jerry Lawler, I love that guy. I read his book.
Back in the day, he used to run down that apron.
There's Steve Austin. He's on here too. Some called Steve Austin. I've seen a lot of these guys wrestle live before, like Mick Foley and stuff. Great memories. Hey, April, you can watch if you don't and fall asleep to me, since we can't talk tonight, since you got the go somewhere tomorrow and you're supposed to be in bed, you're sneaking in watching me. They got Mick Foley's biography on A&E. I'm watching it right now. You know who Mick Foley is. April's a big wrestling fan. She still watches it.
And within a week or two, it looks like I'm flying into people's.
Not right now. It's kind of late at night. Remember, we got like a 2-hour time difference. That's not one of the questions. People start asking me questions. Gypsy asked me anything.
What if I created a style that had no loopholes?
Impact Wrestling's pretty good. AEW is pretty good. I don't know when I can Skype. I'm so busy. I'll try to make time for you. I'm sorry, Ed.
Ta-da, there's my magician's secret. Like, yeah, if it looked like it hurt, it's because it did.
The lawn's already mowed.
Putting us within
I just got a weed whack in some spots.
With Devastation Incorporated. That was his group.
As you can tell, the front was pretty much mowed from that push mower video. I don't actually have a John Deere here. I traded a John Deere pulley or PTO to a guy for that push mower in the video with some those engines you saw. And a pole rope.
My tires have been slashed, but my Plymouth Arrow.
What is going on with me? A lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. Who knows what's really going on? I've been watching Dave. I've been watching Loki on Disney Plus. I watched Punky Brewster on Peacock, which is pretty good. The new Punky Brewster show. I grew up watching Punky Brewster when I was young. Ooh, there's Paul Heyman.
The other promotions to grabbing the next stars. So when Nick was generating that type of buzz in Texas, everybody in the industry knows.
I don't know if you know what the Constellation Beetlejuice is. It's supposed to explode in January 2022. We're actually supposed to see the stars supernova and explode. It might actually hurt the Earth, like make the Earth hotter, or disintegrate the layer of what's it called? I forget what it's called. The layer above the Earth that keeps us from burning up the sun. I forget what it's called. Damn it! I remember to watch the video last night about Betelgeuse blowing up. There's actually zombie stars too that keep blowing up too. Just pretty cool. I think I either saw a shooting star one night or something, or like a star exploding or something. It was weird. It looked like little pieces of stars breaking off in the sky. I think it was a shooting star. A few shooting stars or something. Hey Todd, I'm doing good. Hope everyone's okay. In this Pandamit, I stole that from Gypsy. He's the one that came up with Pandamit, so I can't take credit for that. I figured it'd be funny to leave and
so many things at the wall. Not all of it stuck, but a lot of it did. I would have gladly stayed in WCW, but the top level and creative didn't care for my style. So that meant moving back to Long Island, living with my parents. And
yeah, my health's okay other than arthritis.
First show that I did,
my heart's good, I think.
My first moment.
I wake up and I fart every morning and I stumble to the bathroom and pee. Then I come have some coffee, watch a little TV, and then take a big dumperoo.
While I'm getting up fired, I see the most beautiful
And I sit outside on my steps a lot watching cars go by.
I had never been to car racing. I was
just taking care of everything that's around here in my house, my chores.
Very unusual creature, big, strong.
I'm trying to go for walks and things. I may get back on my bike. I got tucked away in the garage.
Captain Jack. He was not a fan.
The first thing that I saw.
Oh, I forgot what Gypsy said.
And he had all this moppy hair, which was adorable.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think aliens would want to invade. They would probably want to help us or something. I think there's a myth about actually dissecting aliens and stuff in labs. That's what everybody was worried about. We would dissect aliens like we dissect frogs or something. You know, like when the first thing you do when you're in science class, you learn how to dissect the frog.
She just thought I was capable of doing more. That I could be that guy.
Yeah, I wish there was aliens.
From that point on, every time I did,
I want to leave this world in a spaceship, go to space. I think that'd be cool. people have all these abduction stories. Some of them are really bad, and I don't know if I've ever heard a good one. For some reason, aliens like to shove stuff up our ass. I don't know why. I think they think that's like. I think some aliens may be like sexless, like one sex, and they think our ass is like a birth canal on the men, unlike the women or something. I don't know. Who knows? I'm no scientist. I'm just a wrestling fan and a lawnmower mechanic. I could be talking out my ass. Yeah, my wrist keeps cracking something wicked on my left hand and hurting. It's hell to get old. We're all getting old. All our heroes are getting old too. All the wrestlers we grew up watching are getting old. I hear Jeff Hardy's in so much pain he still does it, as he loves doing it with the fans. I'm just curious. I'm going to Google how old Jeff Hardy was. I think Matt Hardy's in the AEW, but I'm not sure.
I've given people so much.
Yeah, sometimes the spring chicken has to choke the chicken in the summer just to get by. I mean, I'm terrible. I don't feel that old. I just hurt. I broke my tailbone when I was young too. There's arthritis in that. Either I fell on the ice or fell off a bike, or one of my girlfriends slapped me on the ass too hard because I used to like to be spanked years ago. I kind of grew out of that fetish. I don't like it too much anymore.
Is it hard? Do I respect it? Yeah, but that just makes you, how many tables, everybody's got Bruno San Martino. And this, how many tables do you ever go? None. You ever fall off a ladder? None. But
I might be 39, I may be 42. I don't know anymore. No one truly knows my age because my YouTube videos are timeless on YouTube for the past 10 years. Let's just say I started YouTube when I was 29 or 30. I think. 32.
The younger guys throw themselves around.
I don't know.
Do crazy things.
How old am I?
The older guys were 35 and over.
Let's see. Let's Google that.
They kind of like,
I wonder if that will come up.
Don't do this.
How old is Bleach PC Garage on YouTube?
I said, you're 300 pounds. Stunt man.
They don't say. I must be not that famous yet.
Wife's beautiful. Kids are young and beautiful.
How old is Jeff Hardy?
We get hurt enough.
43 years old.
Yeah, it's cool. He's still wrestling.
I felt like in Germany, it was a sold-out building. And I had seen him.
They used to not let wrestlers in the WWE wrestle over 40 that would go to WCW. But Vince McMahon knows how valuable they are nowadays. Like when Hulk Hogan came back, Ric Flair came back.
And I told him, I said, don't do that. We're in Germany. Nobody gets us. We're trying to create the illusion of hanging by my neck. And the way we create that illusion is you can actually...
Oh, you can Google anything, Ed. Watch this. I'll Google how old Vince McMahon is.
Couldn't get the ropes apart. They were too tight.
How old is Vince McMahon?
I felt like I was a fox in a trap.
75 years old.
I've got to get
See?
out.
75. Vince McMahon, 75.
My right ear did not come with me.
Huh. I wonder. How old is one of our crushes from the 90s? How old is Pamela Anderson?
Pamela Anderson is 53 years old.
Maybe. Maybe if I could get past the hepatitis. I don't know. She's so pretty.
When I'm on my way to the hospital,
How old is Katie Seagal?
I'm thinking to myself,
Katie Seagal is 67 years old.
Wow, she's in that Rebel show and she's still acting. That's pretty cool.
And the plastics look so premium.
I watched that Rebel show. That was excellent. Most you know, Katie Seagal is Leela, and I think she played in that Sons of Anarchy show.
It means don't forget to bring my ear in the plastic bag.
Oh my
It's
God.
horrible I lost my ear, but me and Vader, we can have this rivalry that goes for years and years and years based on this. And, you know, Eric Bischoff didn't see that.
Hey, stay with us. We'll be back. I'm Eric Bischoff at WCW this week.
His style was a real issue in WCW because Nick really wanted to do things that were just too dangerous. You know, flying off the balcony out onto a table next to the ring. Yeah, it's not worth it. He was a liability.
I worked too hard to leave my future in someone else's hands. And so without consulting my wife and with 2 small children and a mortgage, I left.
I don't know if Al Snow is still around. Remember Al Snow? He used to come out with the mannequin head and stuff. And then one of the his wrestling figure was recalled because women's rights came out and asked why did he have the doll head in the thing with him. They didn't think it in the toy box, the box that the toy came in. They didn't think it was good for the kids to play with a decapitated head or something. Although it was just a mannequin head, like you would get like a beauty school class. He came out with.
Cactus Jack, I think I saw. I guess it was Japan. Like
There's Jeff Hardy.
The IWA King of the Death match was the one tape I had to have. I wanted to see.
I have the IWA King of the Death match wrestling tape somewhere. That was a good match. I ordered that online, a bootleg of it.
I've ever seen. They were never.
Wrestling on a bed of nails, exploding bombs and stuff. You can probably see the IWA death matches on YouTube now if you look them up with Mick Foley. Someone's had to upload them by now.
It was just like this guy. It is.
And you can tell the thumbtacks are real that they're using because they're like sticking right to their shoes.
I didn't really care for all this crazy crap. Look, there's an audience for slasher movies. There's an audience for horror movies. A lot of people really love that.
I liked the bloody extreme wrestling. I thought it was cool at the time. And Terry Funk and Mick Foley both did it well. And then they made a lot of money in Japan.
It's laced with real barbed wire, and then among there they can C4 explosives. When I landed on those explosives,
Jeez, I wish more people would come to these lives.
Like, we were both in the hospital.
Doing my best.
I kind of convinced myself that I did it because I had a family and because I had a mortgage. But I took a look in my eye and I said, you can't fake that type of joy. Like, there was part of me that did not mind being in that environment because I knew I was good at it.
How old is Al Snow?
So many places that I don't even remember that I've been burned.
57 years old.
It doesn't even occur to me until I'm on the plane the next day.
He walks into the house.
Doesn't even show a
Sits down.
picture of him.
Nick, I think there's a fire.
I think my internet's working too good.
I took off my jacket and then it's me.
Pictures of Al
And I
Snow.
was 2 days later.
All right, images of Al Snow.
Tommy Dreamer, remember him? Sandman.
ECW was like a different world from nationally televised.
How old is the wrestler, the Sandman?
You were a guy,
The
Matt
Sandman's
Light,
58
you're
years
drunk
old.
on Saturday
Wow.
night, and you watch TV at 2 in the morning, and ECW was on. It was the greatest.
Remember
thing
the
in world.
Sandman used to come out with a smoking a cigarette and a kendo stick that's beating the shit out of people.
Paul could not get enough pleasant guys. He could fucking love it. He liked this stuff.
And the ECW audience loved it.
All right, start asking some questions. Gypsy, Snoopy, Todd. I don't know anymore. Who else is in here? Just throwing chairs into the ring on the other wrestlers. I saw ECW and
spit on you and just
at a college, oddly enough. Sammy was there. I saw a lot of them. One of the Dudleys. I saw the Dudley boys.
Who sacrifices more of his body.
I saw Paul Heyman before in ECW. I saw a wrestling match there. In a college, one of the colleges, they did it in the gym. There wasn't too many people in the gym either, but it's pretty good.
That's someone being my son Dewey, because I had been talking about Dewey in some of my promos. One of the super fans makes a sign with my permission. He shows it to me. I don't care. It wasn't until I told my wife about the sign.
Sabu is 56. Tommy Dreamer's 50.
Like, she literally got sick to her stomach.
Raven's 56. Shane Douglas 56.
Fuel the best promo of my life.
I thought Shane Douglas was dead. No, that was Skip from the Body Downers that died.
Deciding point in my life when I looked out into that audience.
Terry Funk is 76. Mikey Ritrack is 48. Cool.
Dewey, somebody had taken the time.
Because it's rhymes, it's catchy.
And the thought to make a sign that said Kane Dewey. Dewey Foley is a 3-year-old.
Todd's a friend from YouTube. He started watching these lives on YouTube and we got talking. He watches my lawnmower videos.
I gotta listen to my damn boy. Every day of my life, see, Daddy, I miss Atlanta, and I say it's too bad, son, because your dad traded in the Victorian house for a sweat box in Long Island. Your dad traded in $100,000 contract, guaranteed money, insurance, respect, to work for a scumbag who operates out of a little pissant pawn shop in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's running good.
Mick got into the psyche of that ECW audience.
It's missing a spring or two, but it runs.
Come in and deliver the violence and the gore that
I swapped out the running carburetor I had on the one I bent the blade with. Remember that green mower I did with that one I swapped out? That one was running, and I bent the blade on it and have another blade, so I just made another running mower. I didn't film it, I'm sorry. It was smoking a lot. I overfilled it with oil, sadly. It had no oil in it, and it kept trying to guesstimate how much oil it went in it. You're supposed to really measure, get a measuring cup and measure the oil.
That sounds good. Let me just put this pen behind my ear. Whoops.
That's when I shaved. Like, how dare you?
Hopefully, if it's idling right, it can go through some high grass.
We wish you a happy holiday hardcore season.
he did promos on merry-go-rounds with his daughter.
This is extreme. I did get a beautiful life by being hardcore, is that right? What am I?
His promo skills came out. His storytelling ability came out. And that's what made us go.
Run out of stuff. I run and I dance the night away. That's what I like to sing when my mowers run. They run and dance the night away. Yeah, usually push more. It's like 4 horsepower. The usually it's like a 6 or 7 horsepower when it's like self-propelled. I don't have any snacks. I'll have goldfish crackers on Saturday when I come back to this.
It was always clear to me that WWE never wanted me. I would call it one time every year to see if there was any interest. I would be dismissed within 30 seconds. Vince McMahon was not a fan.
Do you think the cloning us Cactus Jack character and all those crazy things he did?
I thought it was kind of degrading to our product. It didn't have any talent, and just a déclassé.
I'd heard rumor that the adjective he used to describe me was sleazy.
Yeah, this was not out of the
Those mini Tootsie Rolls are great.
You've never been in the locker room. You don't know.
I love mini Tootsie Rolls.
Jim Ross and myself convinced.
Mike and Ike's
Just me.
Raisinets are good
You don't
candy.
like it?
Ever thought of putting chocolate with raisins is good?
When I finally got him.
I wait till all the candy holidays and get candy cheap. I found a bunch of Cadbury eggs and Valentine's Day and Easter candy at this Real Deal Dollar Store, and I stocked up on it just to eat for a snack.
I'm at the WWE offices.
I got maple cream eggs by Russell Stouffer's. I got caramel Cadbury eggs, about 14 of them in the fridge. I got some Reese's peanut butter eggs too on the porch. I haven't eaten yet. I leave them on the porch because I like to just sit on the steps and eat a couple of them. Probably should be in the fridge.
We both knew my body had only so many years left. We agreed, get in, make some money, save some money, and try to retire by the time I'm 35. Oh, it's original. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I found his Mankind mask.
Merry Christmas, Bill Al. Merry Christmas, Dewey.
Merry Christmas.
Mickey, look what Dewey had for you.
Oh.
I do have it upside down, but.
Mick had this mankind idea that this is representation of mankind. And you get these philosophical thoughts of this crazy man in a cell whose only friend.
Oh, I don't know. That might have been a rumor.
And it was kind of a horror story presentation in the beginning.
There was a girl on her period and I injected her with something. It wasn't a very good day.
Mick
That wasn't a good day.
Understand me, don't you,
I
George?
should not have said that.
You
Yeah, you gotta be careful with candy and stuff. But they're all wrapped and stuff. They came new in a box.
Leave the light on.
I never heard of Cactus Jack when I was a kid.
Was it on the news or something?
Mankind. It was sort of like a lost soul in a sense. As an 11-year-old, I was like, man, this guy's freaking crazy.
To see this guy in this crazy mess actually pulling his own hair out. I mean, did he really pull his hair out, right?
To me, it always reminded me of Hannibal Lecter.
He likes Freddy Krueger vibes. I'm like, man, this is scary.
I used to call up dating service lines in the 90s. My friend was into that. It was kind of stupid. He was in high school. You call up these dating service chat lines and talk to girls. They're like, and I call up doing Mankind's voice, be like, "There's this." I can't even do it anymore. I used to be able to do the screechy Mankind voice. Mankind! Or something I would do, or something. It was so funny.
Character for the understanding.
My friend would laugh.
This kind of can be on the same way.
I can still do the Majin Buu voice. Boo turn you to candy. You think Boo's sexy? Boo fight Goku, kick his ass.
no one had ever really pushed the Undertaker to the limits in the way that Mankind did.
Such an interesting dynamic and such cool chemistry, and Undertaker was able to show some vulnerability which he'd never shown before.
I mean, we had very live matches, water room balls. You know, while you're in the middle of it, you're just thinking, this is really good stuff that no one else is doing. Obviously, such a huge part of my career and my history is
That made the 90s, those matches with Mick Foley and The Undertaker.
In the middle of the cemetery, and lightning storm starts.
And you will never rest in peace. Oh, well. Gee. Man, alive.
Mick says, God, it's raining. This is great. He was covered head to toe in mud and mud.
I forgot about that.
Once Mick got the pole, and he had time to interact with a lot of producers, the TV.
This is so
we
cool.
realized we got a diamond in the rough.
A lot of people were surprised at the fact of, again, how articulate he was and thoughtful.
Yeah, some of those news posts on Facebook are fake. Who knows?
They had seen, you thought
Like,
was masochistic.
Oh,
I mean, he was, but there was a whole other side of it.
God, do you believe Biden called Putin a killer or murderer? And he's like talking to him now and having a talk with him. There's stuff like Russian hackers hacked the pipeline, and now gas prices are going up, and to pay off the hackers basically. And they had the meat factory. There's a lot of stuff going on that should be going on. I just hope aliens get here soon. I want to go up in a spaceship and hear what kind of music they listen to.
I felt pretty good about having my priorities.
There could all be there could be more humanoid aliens and stuff. Or there could have been planets and humans that evolved far past than us. Like a different species of human or something. There was an old joke, the dubstep, that music dubstep, like with the where it has to drop and stuff. Let me look up some dubstep if you don't know what it is.
So earn a good living, but I never introduced the Hall of Fame.
Dubstep music.
Mick was always offended by people's expectations.
Songs frequently mentioned on the web include Dubstep Mix, Monster, Midnight Request Line, and
Mick
others.
knew how great he was. So
Play
if you tell Mick,
Monster.
okay, we have 15 seconds of television time for you, and his performance is so great, the next week you're giving him a minute. And
I can only play a minute of it because it's probably
the next
copyrighted.
week you're going to him and saying, how much time would you like?
I used to like dubstep, glitch step, metal step.
That I could work with almost anybody on that card. One of my favorite poems is Shawn Michaels. We've never had an act.
Can't really hear it. That's basically an example of dubstep. There's better ones out there than that.
That the WWE crowd had not seen.
My God, there's me. Who is that?
At the end of the night, and Sean's in the locker room, Mick's in the locker room, and they're talking.
Sean says, "Is this always how you pictured yourself?"
Gypsy's always wanting to make the dolls
I laughed.
kiss
I
that he
said, "No,
sends
actually,
the
I
Android
want you."
18 and the
He
nudie
looked at me
one, so
quizzically,
I'm
and
gonna
I
do
said, "No, no,
something
no,
better.
Shawn Michaels.
There.
I wanted to
They're
be
rubbing
the
noses.
fans adored and women flocked around and felt that degree of love.
I can remember Camille finishing with some good pushing without that because I ended up like this.
And then I told him I actually had this character.
How
Dude
much
Love, that I
puke is
created.
too much?
And it turns out that Bruce Pritchard was listening. to the
Depends
conversation.
how much food you eat. It depends if you eat till you puke or drink till you puke or. There's a lot of puke in the world. There's probably puking right now when we're talking about puke.
Mr. McMahon came to me with the idea of doing these in-depth interviews.
You see, when I was a kid, I played Cowboys and Indians. Now, who were the good guys? The Cowboys coming over the hill to rape, pillage innocent women and children. I was always the Indian, Jimmy. I always stood for the underdog.
It was all there. Mick jumping off the roof, hitchhiking to see Jimmy Snuka. The dream of becoming Dude Love. Mankind was the character.
What I do today, I watched some movies. I sat outside. I made some bourbon chicken. I ate that. I watched that show, Dave, that's on FX about a white Jewish rapper. It's kind of funny.
And I'll get that heart-shaped tattoo on my chest. I'll put those earrings in. And I'm going to get the girls. And it never really worked out the way it did it, Jimmy.
I was like, man, this guy is incredible, and I want to learn more.
You know what you tell the people week in and week out? You say, look at Mankind. I don't even know if he feels pain or maybe he likes pain. But you start feel just like every other person. You see that? It hurts. Is it when I can't get up? When my little boy says, Daddy, I want to play ball. And I can't do it? Is that where the fun starts? Is it where a doctor injects a 12-inch needle into the discs of my spine so I can wrestle one more day? Or me?
Vince Owens, because it was real.
I've been told when I came in that you could never really get to the top of WWE until Mr. McMahon personally became a fan. And in my opinion, he had not personally become a fan until that night.
Mick always had that connection with the audience.
I love Mick Foley so much. I read both his books he had, Have a Nice Day. And there was another one. I might have lost the other book he had. I got to Have a Nice Day selling on my bookshelf with my manga books.
Oh, this is one of the original Dude Love shirts. Yes. No, that's about $500 on eBay these days. I'm not kidding. This was when Vince saw the potential to grant this wish and allow me to live out my dream.
I have a Dude Love shirt somewhere.
Looks like you could use a little help, my man, like maybe a tag team partner. What's the matter? Don't you recognize me? Now, I don't blame you for not teaming up with that mutilated freak Mankind, but you never said nothing.
That's what Mick Foley said, a Dude Love shirt for $500. That's probably his shirt, not like, or maybe actually one they sold. I don't know.
I remember him backstage. And I was just like shaking my head as he was in his tie-dyed stuff, and I was like, this is the guy that I went to war with?
Oh, this is funny. Mick Foley is Dude Love.
Personal favorite, just because it showed Mick's range.
And I was going to try to explain this to my wife. Oh, no. I know, it just felt so good in there. And, would have been nicer if they were your kisses.
Yeah, Dude got Steve to break character on a couple of occasions.
Steve Austin was laughing his ass off at the Dude Love character.
On the stage, I kind of let a little bit of smile out.
Made people feel good. That's what Mr. McMahon really liked about his Dude Love makes people feel good.
Now, Mick Foley is appearing sometimes on the same show as Mankind and as Dude Love.
You know, remember the movie Sybil way back in the day?
They let him wrestle his Cactus Jack for the old WWF too. The reason why they had it changed it to WWE back in the day is as the World Wildlife Fund sued them over the initials of having that. Is kids were interested in animals. They would Google WWF and it would come up like with this stuff that wasn't really for kids at the time. Plus, like pictures and half-naked wrestling women, or like they're in their bikinis or something. I do the best as I can on YouTube. That's all we can do is do the best we can in life. Some people excel more than others in life. Some people get famous. Fake it till you make it, or die trying till you're crying, basically.
Why should you choose your used vehicle at Drivers Village? Because we don't just have pre-owned, we have
Uh-oh, look at all those cars I'll never be able to afford. People, anybody can do a job. People do walk through different kinds of life. Like you can drive, have like a used car lot or something, or actually a car with new cars or something. There's all sorts of walks of life, guys. Oh, here's the Hell in the Cell match, 1998. I was hoping they would go more into like his childhood or something.
And real professional wrestling matches.
At least he talked about the IWA death matches.
My mother would say, "Hey, just give me the videotape." After that Hell in the Cell was over,
I had really bad heartburn from eating that chicken and pretzels, or acid reflux, I guess. There's my peace sign. Hippie peace.
Hell in a Cell matches, but I think most people, when they think of Hell in a Cell, they think of.
I love these tapestries.
Bumps that he took that night.
I spray Febreze and wipe them down with a cloth to keep them clean. I don't know if I could ever take them down because I get them nailed up. There he goes right through the table. And that hurt. Everything hurts these wrestlers do.
Nick had kind of, I don't want to say hit the wall.
I don't know. I just drink water for it.
Set the world on fire.
It goes away.
And to tell me wasn't going out of his way to feature.
I don't eating chocolate and stuff is considered eating healthy. I've been trying to drink more water. I drink cranberry juice bottles, and then I put water in the cranberry juice bottle and just keep drinking it during the day. Keep it in the fridge, cold water. It's not always cold when it comes out of the faucet.
Talent can get inside their own head. You're not hearing the same volume of reaction, and it's not exactly what you think it should be every night. That'll mess with your head.
You know, Mick was very concerned because Shawn Michaels and I had the first Hell in a Cell. I mean, it was a really good match.
And Mick's like, well, you got to do something bigger than that.
He says,
I wish I had a drink now.
Throwing me off the top of the cell. I was like, no, you're crazy. Didn't want any part of
In the old days, he would have a way to shut the camera off.
Shoot that down. And
But,
he was adamant, like, no, I think it'd be great. I think I can do it. Well, yeah, I think. He just looked at me and said, I'll think about it.
I need a drink really
It's
quick.
really weird because I don't remember my childhood at all. Like, I remember a little
Be right back. A drink over there on
hanging out with my
the
dad, but I don't remember
dresser.
anything wrestling. Part of me thinks I blocked that out of my life.
I remember the day pretty well.
Walmart.
It's kind of crazy. I'm 6 years old and Noel's 4 years old. And I get a call from my dad saying, just so you know, tonight it's been pretty bad.
I'm just standing there at the top of the cell. In my head, it's an eternity. Like, Mick, move.
It's over. That cage is 16 feet high.
Oh shit, guys! The aliens have landed. Check it out. The aliens have landed.
Everyone was freaked out, including me. This was too far. It was like, wait a minute. You set yourself on fire in Japan or whatever.
Oh yeah, here come the aliens.
This was more of my watch.
There's a race in the cage and the Undertaker's still on top.
Yeah, Fair Fawcett was cool. Yeah, it's sad. Passed away.
Good. The worst part
This
is
thing has got green eyes. It's really hard to see through it. Whoever made this mask wanted you to have the full alien experience.
You
It
okay?
is.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
I got this from a
No, look,
dollar
no,
store.
no.
This had to have
I
it.
got it.
Press it
Continue on
against
in
my
the
glasses. It hurts my nose. This little sponge. Got the empty soda bottle in my bed. So terrible I am. I'll take him back to the store and get some sushi soon.
Secured the actual mesh to the pole. You took a step or you pushed off to throw a punch. You could hear these twists flying. You know, they ching.
There's the twisting of the steel of the cage. Crashing through.
And I really believe that. I mean, that was not the commentator in me coming out. That was just Jerry Lawler talking to Jim Ross. You know what I'm saying? He's dead.
I thought he had planned this whole thing. I was cursing and yelling at him.
I remember her screaming and just, I don't think she knew that part was going to happen.
The idea was that Undertaker would choke slam Mick, and the cage would start to give, and it would start to sag. But Mick went through that damn cage like it was nothing.
I get this thing off. I'm getting hot.
That wasn't the worst part.
Isn't it cool?
The worst part of it was on the cage.
It's got a sponge thing on the side of it, so
that came down
I think the reason so these things don't go into your eyes. Actually, the sponge thing itches my face, and there's a dog's ass.
And all of a sudden, I realized his tooth is coming out of his nose.
It looks like a booger's in his nose, but it's his tooth that is stuck out of his nose, and he's laughing.
Falling through the cage backwards, knocking his teeth to his lip. I mean, knowing our history and what I've said to him, like that, he loves the business. And that was my resolve. He just loves the business.
You know, Mick, man, I mean, the king of punishment. It seemed like he's okay to me. I mean, he was f***ed up, you know.
This looks cool. Upside down alien.
He's obviously not all there because I'm hitting him. And I'm saying, Mick, just stay down. And he had to get the thumbtacks.
I should wear this for a prop in a video. Oh, thumbtacks.
It's funny now, but I'm thinking at the time, I'm like, I've thrown you off the top of this thing. I've thrown you through this thing, and I mean, there's nothing else that you need to give, Nick.
No, Gypsy. What I do is this. I got the Tokyo Ghoul mask safe in a shoebox. Is that leather on it collects
and I remember
dust.
Asking me how I was, and I was
okay if you insist.
seriously. I got a broke ankle.
Hold on.
It's not a big deal, dude. You just about broke your neck and your back, and you've got about 150 tacks stuck in you at the moment.
Gypsy, that won't work because you won't be able to see the alien.
Finished with the match.
I thought it would work, but it won't work because you won't be able to see the alien.
And almost the entire crowd, instead of being mad at me, was just like collectively saying, "Son, don't you think you've had enough?" I was banged up for sure. My shoulder was dislocated, my jaw was dislocated. I had 14 stitches underneath my lip. Vince walked in and he said, Mick, you have no idea how much I appreciate what you've just done for this company, but I never want to see anything like that again.
Hi! You two nut jobs?
What is your favorite memory of guys wrestling?
Favorite memory is when he was getting hurt the least.
I'm drunk, alien. I've been too much in space.
Just get beat up. All I could think about was
Drunk on a lawnmower, alien.
It's
Drunk
not
on
too
a
bad this time.
snapper, alien.
Makes it back home.
So I
in one
ride
piece.
my snapper.
He would tell us this was his job, to outdo what the person before you just did, and to make sure that when people go home, they talk about what you did your match. But he's paying for it now.
I found myself struggling.
No, I'm not doing that shit. See, I was so goofy that night.
But you said this mankind character is missing something. What is it? Not one person in a million would have said Socko.
I forgot how the song
Mr.
went
Socko
anyways.
very humble art.
I was kind of off my meds when I did
Heading out the door to
that.
visit Mr. McMahon at the hospital. He was hooked up to a heart monitor and a respirator for a bruised ankle, because that's the way we roll in WWE. And all I knew is I had a selection of gifts that had to get me thrown out of his room.
It's me. I saw what happened. I felt really bad, so I brought you some presents. Take hold of these. Aren't they colorful?
I had a box of chocolates that was largely eaten. I had a birthday party clown named Yurple.
They were filming the stuff
Yurple the
on Nurse,
clown.
and me and Mick were crammed in a little bitty bathroom. And he pulls out this sock and he puts his hand through it. And I said, you got to be kidding me. We're two grown men laughing our asses off.
What the hell are you doing? Mr. Socko! Say hello to Mr. Socko! Mr. Socko knows you've been feeling mighty bad, so he's gonna give your boo-boo a big kiss! Hey, no, Mick, please. Please, just please. Mr. Socko!
I was a huge fan until Mr. Socko. Like, when Mr. Socko came...
I love Mr. Socko. I bought my own Mr. Socko before. I used to have it around here.
Just because, like, the way he was drawing on Mr. Socko just felt like just...
I opened my Mr. Socko when I went with my friend to Syracuse, and he didn't open his.
I don't know why they're chanting for him. They've got signs out there.
What are you doing here? Ain't no taking that shoe off.
And luckily, I had a finishing move that was tailor-made for the use of a sock puppet.
A minimum claw. Hold on, Gypsy. I don't remember the Masturbating Alien song, but I'll do something kind of cool.
Mick is not the most coordinated guy. So when he comes and puts that thing in there, it's disgusting. When you know the socks stuck in your mouth and you're sitting in someone's sweaty groin,
Not the best thing.
He almost broke the mask.
My mouth. The thing that Mr. Socko did was allow Mick Foley to sort of cross over into the mainstream.
There's Mr. Socko.
Oh, Conan's interviewing Mick Foley.
It's the perfect ravioli for all mankind.
It also just exposed that Mick Foley was just an immensely likable, entertaining guy.
Hello, Mr. Socko. Are you Carson? You know what I don't understand is about 800 teenage girls chanting your name, and I've got about 3 sweaty fat guys with mankind signs.
That sock puppet opened up so many doors for me. He started transcending the business. Now he's getting more and more out there. He's now an author. I got the chance to write my memoir. Just started writing in a yellow legal pad. I didn't know how to use a computer. I went into the dressing room and I asked the guys, hey, I want to hear this story I'm working on. And all of a sudden I had an audience and they were responding.
What do you like about mankind?
He's very sweet. Yeah, he's real sweet.
hit #1, and that was wild. Like, wow, the New York Times has a pro wrestling book at the top of its charts.
I think that the book forced those outside of the business who read it and gave it a chance to admit, oh, hey, man, it's just a bunch of dumb oafs.
People like me don't reach the peak. We don't reach the summit, scale the pinnacle.
Mick Foley had a great life. I hope I have a good life
so
and
much,
more
and he had
too.
so much of the audience rooting for him that it was the right timing where Mick Foley became the champion.
Mick Foley's the champion.
We're talking about a deafening roar.
Triple H shaved all his hair off. He's had this long blonde hair.
Like back, the Bulls won NBA championship. You know, people identified with him, and in the world, he'll help anybody.
I'd like to dedicate
with the sports entertainment crowd, because the sports entertainment crowd.
I'm gonna mute this. I didn't mute it.
Something.
Oh, I got a drink.
100% became so invested in the character that I was that character. The Rocket was the same way, but in one particular case, becoming those characters didn't work.
I love watching this stuff with you guys. Maybe you can catch Mick Foley's biography on A&E or something, and then demand stuff. It just froze. My TV just froze. Internet's glitchy sometimes. I hope it starts playing again because it won't. With these Apple TVs, it may not start over again. Am I still live? Am I still here? My internet just shut off? Maybe I can't have the live at the same time as this. I don't know. Yeah, my TV froze. Wish I knew how to fix it. Just gonna wait for it. Do 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 do. This looks like a badonkadonk bot of a girl. Do 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 do. She's thick. She's thick. I think she wants my. She's thick. She's thick. I think she wants my. She's thick. She's thick. I think she wants my. She's thick. She's thick. Terrible. All right, it's back working again.
I wanted my family to see Dad as a champion. You know, I wanted them to be so proud of me, and I wanted to go to Disneyland. Really wanted to go to Disneyland.
That is barely moving. And now the Rock has handcuffs. What the hell is he going to do now? Handcuffs?
They're not showing it because it's too graphic.
You know, I'm an old school guy. That night, even I was uncomfortable with the amount of chair shots that Nick took.
It froze again.
You showed us what the blade is.
Well, I think I shouldered most of the blame. It was my idea. The idea was
His wife is crying. I remember that moment. I saw that match on pay-per-view with The Rock and Foley. I used to tape every pay-per-view and put them on VHS tapes back in the day. Keeps freezing up. It's probably because I'm live and I got the Apple TV going. I'm an alien. I like to go to space and save the human race. Don't be afraid of me. I am your friend. I am gonna make you some food on my barbecue. Yummy alien treats. We are vegetables. We eat vegetables. I messed that up. You get the point. It's still fun. I'm trying to watch the Mick Foley's biography, and it's like freezing up my TV because I got an Apple TV and I'm running this live at the same time.
With children, which they did not end up doing.
There's only like 5 minutes left to it.
Family. That was really chilling footage.
Well, we just had 7 people in here, and 2 of them left. How nice for them. How nice for them. They don't like me so much.
Saying it, their body language was like, we're going to have to discuss this and not in front of the kids.
It was horrible. They were stitching him up, and Mick was talking like nothing happened.
I was taking a large risk with my body, just hoping and betting that it would set my family up for a good future. I knew from day one that I was on borrowed time, but I wouldn't admit it to anybody.
Anybody still here watching, feel free to write in the chat.
Could not have scripted a better retirement match with Triple H.
I remember that retirement match with Triple H.
Terms. When it was over, I felt an immediate sense of fulfillment. I had set out to save my money and retire by the time I was 35, and I did it.
Yes, we're still here. We're still around. We're in a simulation, or as I like to call it, a shitulation, where your life doesn't have to be shit. It can be beautiful what you make it. Like you think everything is shit. You get drunk all the time or something, or you just date someone you don't like or something. I don't know. Or you marry someone and then things change. And you have kids and the kids change. And you don't change your underwear and you sit on the couch in your underwear. I'm terrible.
Compounding instant that
Foley is
probably going to be okay.
Foley is good. I read that book too.
We wanted to have children again, and I wanted to be home. Our son Mickey was born in 2001. Whoa, Mickey! And in 2003, we had Huey.
Here comes Huey.
Hi.
That was when I portrayed the most complicated character of them all, which was Super Dad.
Hi, Huey.
And turn it off and go inside, okay? I think I did a pretty good job as a mom. Yeah.
It's so funny. My dad played all these crazy characters, like ripping his hair out and rocking back and forth and talking to rats in a boiler room. Yet he is just like this big teddy bear.
Oh, look how beautiful that is. No. What? No. I had time on my hands, and I wanted to really do my best to make a difference and to be part of something that was bigger than
It's good seeing Mick Foley, the family man, the guy behind the mask.
On this platform that you can do anything. Whatever you want to do, you can do it.
The fight against sexual assault has an unlikely new ally, former WWE superstar Mick Foley.
I felt like, as odd as it seemed, that it was exactly where I could make the most difference, that it was an area that needed attention, especially from men.
At that point, I had been volunteering as a crisis counselor, and I'd log on and someone would say, "Tell me why I should live." my wife would wake up 8 hours later and I'd still be with that same person trying to get them to hold on. And that was a big
Mick Foley's a crisis counselor. You believe that stuff? That's pretty cool. People that are sexually abused that want to kill themselves. And,
at the end of the day, it was a simple
he talks them out of it.
I just missed it.
It's almost like a religious experience.
Every day we wake up, every morning is beautiful. Another day of life is beautiful. Every time we wake up, we just got to live like every day is the first day of your life. Every day is the last day of your life.
Maybe not so much physically.
Remember how when we were kids, we're always happy. We weren't depressed. We had all these toys and shit, and alien masks and piggies and stuff, and we're happy growing up as kids. And then we just become adults, and sometimes we're miserable and unhappy, but you just can't live that way.
Everything after that was at least partly a cash grab.
Find something that makes you happy and just do it. A hobby, anything. Could be model car building, could be working in lawnmowers, could be just talking to people and being around people.
I returned to WWE.
Telling jokes and stuff.
WWE's Impact Test. I had an independent neurologist and WWE's neurologist both confirming the same diagnosis, which is I should never wrestle again. It's one thing for you to make that decision. It's another thing for a neurologist to make that decision for you. I was struggling physically. I was struggling emotionally. I generally would wake up and I would just know this doesn't even have the potential of being a good day. My eyes were so sensitive to light, I didn't think I could write ever again. I really took pride in the job I did as a crisis counselor, and that was taken away. The road trips with the kids and the roller coasters seemed like they'd be coming to an end. I had so many things I loved taken away from me.
It was just kind of, sleeping late, very lethargic, really out of it.
He was low energy. He wasn't playing with the kids too much. He was just a guy who kind of needed to be by himself.
I just was thinking to myself, wow, now I'm 45. I'm in the basement of my house all alone. Somehow wasn't how I pictured things.
Yeah, we all have a midlife crisis when we get older. Poor Mick Foley.
Nothing I've done has been a thing.
I just arrived to get my COVID shot. And this is one shot I won't block.
Just be the best person you can be. And treat your family right, treat your loved ones right, treat your friends right. Just treat each other how you want to be treated. I really miss my deaf friend. She blocked me on Facebook again. I don't know why. I may never hear from her or see her again. I keep telling my friends and my mother that I really cared about her and stuff, and the whole thing is sad to me.
How much height am I getting on my jump shot?
None.
Oh, yes! Yes! Want to try a regular version of Happy Birthday? I'll let you know when I'm ready to go. Okay?
Oh my God, Mick Foley's got peace.
How do you love with a song like no other for you, my brother? And it goes like this. Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
Happy birthday.
I wish I had my drink. I really gotta pee.
Happy birthday to you. In retrospect, my wife and I should have realized so much sooner. Mickey was slow to talk. And he went back to when he was a little boy at Hershey Park. And there's this great expanse of huge world-class rides, and he was just so content to splash in the puddle. So we realized that something was different. And so when he had the autism diagnosis, it felt like, this explains it. It really was a shock to my system. And I knew I had to be there for my family. And to do that, I had to get my mind right. I decided to do whatever I could to kind of keep the mental fires burning.
This is pretty
I was trying
cool.
to do traditional stand-up comedy, but I found that I was running away from my strengths, which was my day job. That was what people wanted to hear about. Going out there on the stage is the best form of exercise for your mind.
Yeah, Mick Foley came to Syracuse. He was doing stand-up comedy. I remember that.
And you
I didn't get to go. I wish I could have went.
This is like mental gymnastics. No matter what I did, no matter how many matches I had, I could not figure out the secret of the Terry Funk punch. And then Terry Funk punched me as hard as he could in the head. That's it. That's all you do.
I think it's very cathartic for him to do these one-man shows. He gets relief and therapy.
I found out I was no longer irrelevant. I was part of people's lives. Come on up here.
I just wanted to tell you we named our dog after you.
What'd you name
His name is Mitchell.
Oh, that's awesome.
He had his ears taken off by firefighters. And we went, his name was Meg.
It's a big commitment.
I wanted to.
Oh, they named their dog after him. How cool.
Go ahead.
You are an ordained minister.
I guess so. I took the course.
Will you marry us?
Oh, would I marry you? Are you going to get married in Florida?
Yeah. We are. Would you marry us?
I will marry you.
Like,
You expect me to say no with the AD cameras on me?
Why is it that he makes people smile?
Oh, Mick is Santa Claus all year round. Anyone with that kind of mentality wants to give, wants to make people happy. That's Mick Foley. That's what Mick's all about.
Oh, don't worry, April. No one will bother you. Sorry I'm keeping you up, April.
Anything worth doing is worth doing well, right? Oh, wow, that looks good. When I was portraying characters in wrestling, I had to be tougher, braver, and more resilient. In trying to portray Santa to the best of my abilities, I had to be kinder, gentler, and more patient than I was in real life. And I love the idea of trying to live up to that standard.
I thought this had about like 10 minutes left. I guess it doesn't.
This is a big one here.
Oh, he's dressed up as Santa Claus now.
He will write letters as Santa Claus to my kids every year, and in a fountain pen will come over as Santa just to be caught sneaking out of the house so that my kids still believe they're Santa. I was a huge fan of the band The Kinks when I was in high school. At that time, the Kinks were touring huge arenas all over the world. The lead singer was asked what that was like. He said, it doesn't really matter as long as I can see faces. And his answer at the time disappointed me, and then I realized how true that was. Yes, my friends, how are you today? Looking back, you mind if Santa pulls up
Being
a chair
alone
here?
is like being dead. You know that, right, guys? Like being forgotten and stuff. A lot of these famous people forget them and stuff, but you can't forget them.
I think that's it.
Hopefully people won't forget me. I'm on YouTube and everything. Don't you forget about me. Don't. Maybe I should do a video, breakfast with Bleach or something.
That's really amazing.
That'd be a cool video.
Allows me to become part of their
Breakfast with
traditions.
biscuit with bleach. I got these breakfast biscuits, these Nature Valley breakfast biscuits I've been eating every morning. One of them for breakfast. Almond butter, chocolate on them. It's really good.
Is predicated on his ability to be great at something. And Mick found something at which he can be great.
I gotta end this sometime, guys.
I've got a ball of steel where my hip used to be, but that's a relatively small price to pay for having had the chance to live out my dreams.
Hold on, I'm gonna sneak out of my room and pee. I'm gonna mute it real quick.
I know how much
Alright, guys, I think I'll end it. Maybe I'll video chat April if it's not too late for her, just for a few minutes before she goes to bed. I had to pee. Of course I'm okay. I just had to go in the bathroom and pee. Really bad, because it's been like an hour since I've been doing this and haven't peed. Yeah. At my age, I pee usually every half hour, an hour. But I'll be back Saturday, I promise. I don't know what I got on my lips. Probably salt or something. I'll sneak in some pretzels. But I'm going to end it here. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, he was asking April if she had a night. She was okay because she had a nightmare. I see now. Okay, that gets rid of that mystery. You guys take care. Hope you enjoyed this live. Hopefully there'll be many more videos to come and many more moons in this world, and sunrises and sunsets. But I love you guys. Peace. See you next one. And maybe watch the Minion movie if you want. Banana. Alright, bye guys. See ya. I don't know what the Minions sound like. I forget. Take care. Love you all.